Sveglia, sveglia. Non credo che ci abbiano mai presentato. Non in questa era, almeno. Vorrei poterti spiegare tutto quanto, ma non abbiamo molto tempo. Te lo dico in 2 parole. Hai visto la mia cara Giunone? E per un breve attimo ho sperato che potesse incarnarsi nel tuo corpicino. Ma non ha funzionato. E ora è di nuovo laggiù, alla deriva. Oh, era splendida a quel tempo. Una razza di superbe e magnifiche creature. Sono stati loro a crearvi. Non lo sapevi? Voi eravate i loro esperimenti. Soltanto quello. E quello dovevate restare. Manca poco, spero. Il mondo è quasi pronto per il suo ritorno. Fermo. In attesa della seconda venuta. Oh. Eccoli là. Quei templari. O magari gli assassini stavolta. Idioti. Tutti quanti. Ti invidio. Voleva che fossi qui ad accoglierla. È stato un suo esperimento a farmi rinascere in uno di questi corpi.
Tutti giù! Sdraiati a terra! Ora! Ho una pistola!
Guidami nell'ombra, amore! Sono il tuo strumento!
Getta la pistola! Gettala!
Buttala a terra!
Libero! Libero! Sentigli il polso!
Perde molto sangue!
Controlla!
Ti senti bene? Riesci a sentirmi? Ehi, parlami! Va tutto bene? Eccoti qui, grazie a Dio. Ti senti meglio, almeno sembra. Puoi alzarti? Bene. Prova a camminare. Ti ha visto un medico. Non hai motivo di preoccuparti. Il liquido in quella siringa non era in dosi letali. Mi dispiace tantissimo. Per tutto quanto. Tutti gli indizi puntavano a te, invece è stato John. Dio, le cose che c'erano sul suo computer. Se hai bisogno, chiedi pure. Hai fatto davvero un ottimo lavoro. A proposito, il trailer è finito. Ti va di vederlo? Ti sono molto grata. Ci siamo. L'ho caricato nel tuo database. Puoi guardarlo qui o dentro all'Animus. Ti piacerà. Secondo me riassume l'essenza di quell'epoca. Beh, stammi bene. E sai... Grazie.
In un mondo saccheggiato dai pirati, questi uomini scopriranno che nulla è sacro e tutti quanti bramano rum, oro e donne.
Hola, signore!
Quest'estate preparati a salpare con Abstergo Entertainment per l'avventura di una vita. Affilate le sciabole, lucidate gli uncini e salpate con Diavoli dei Caraibi. Esperienza virtuale non classificata.
Parla, idiota, non vedi la luce?
Non è la batteria. Io dico che è la batteria. Pronto? Pronto? Domando scusa, io sono Sean e qui con me c'è Rebecca, la mia complice.
Salve.
Un ottimo lavoro prima, dico sul serio, ci hai consegnato tutti i dati. Peccato che il nostro uomo all'interno fosse un tale, non so come dire, fanatico? Fanatico è la parola giusta, credo.
Non avevamo scelta.
Esatto, hai detto bene. John ci offriva l'occasione di entrare nei server cloud dell'Abstergo e non mi vergogno a dirlo. L'abbiamo colta. Senza capire che questo avrebbe obbligato te ad aiutarlo e a prenderti la colpa in caso di problemi. Ma alla fine ha dato tutto per il meglio. Quasi tutto, dai.
Sean voleva dire che se ti va di aiutarci ancora ci stiamo. John ti ha dato un accesso di livello 3 prima di morire. Dovresti usarlo. Gli assassini non hanno le risorse per pagarti quanto i templari. Ma credimi, ne varrà la pena.
Ehi, forza dobbiamo andare, Bex. 20 secondi.
Ok, buona fortuna.
Ciao, amico. Un ottimo lavoro, davvero ottimo. Meriti una pacca sulla schiena. E dacci dentro.
Timestamp August 16th, 2013. The following audio clips were selected from over 160 hours of reel-to-reel tape found in the residence of the late Dr. Warren Vidic following his murder in December 2012. According to labels on the tape's canisters, these recordings were made over a 14-month period between 1980 and 1981 without the consent of their primary subject, Mrs. Eileen Bach, a colleague of Dr. Vidic's and the originator of Abstergo's surrogate initiative. Mrs. Bach is now deceased. It should be stated unequivocally that Dr. Vidic made these recordings illegally and of his own volition using wiretaps and hidden microphones. Abstergo Industries had no knowledge of his actions and disavows any responsibility for them.
And we're live. Capacitors at full. Ease the signal in. A little more. You feel anything?
Don't be timid. Double it.
No, we're taking it easy. 20%.
30.
Eileen, go easy. We're 6 past yesterday.
And boost the inputs.
Too risky.
Not if we split the I/O signals.
25%. He's up.
Oh, okay. There. I see something.
What is it?
Mein Gott. I hear talking.
You're okay?
Ja, ich höre Stimmen. It's German. Mein Name ist Miriam Kurz. I see a light. It's cold. Ich werde nichts sagen. There's a man with me. Mehr werde ich nicht sagen.
Keep an eye on our vitals.
Mein Name ist Miriam Kurz und ich bin eine Navajo. Des Hitlers Zwang, der macht uns klein. Noch liegen wir in Ketten. Doch einmal werden wir wieder frei. Wir werden die Ketten schon brechen.
Eileen?
Denn unsere Fäuste, die sind hart, ja. Und die Messer sitzen lose. Für die Freiheit der Jugend kämpfen Navajos.
Switch off.
Powering down.
Kämpft Navajos.
Get her out of there. Oxygen from the valve.
No. No, Satish, I'm fine, really.
Quit the heroics. Just breathe. Better?
Yes. Yes, thank you. Did we get something?
It'll take a while to parse. What did you see?
It wasn't just seeing. It was feeling. Being. I was scared.
You were shouting in German?
I think I was in Germany. I was in Germany, Satish.
Good morning. Well rested?
Exhausted. Yesterday was an incredible find.
Seems so. What did it feel like?
It's foggy, but I relived the memories of a young German woman. Early 20s, I think. A man was interrogating me, looming over me and asking questions. He was shouting, but I was shouting back. And then this poem just came out, like a chant.
Fascinating. I'm eager for you to hear the tape.
Is it ready?
Yes, we transliterated the data onto an audio file. It took all night to process the language.
Spool it up.
Of course. Have a seat. Judging by the subject matter and the setting, I'd say you landed somewhere in Germany in the 1940s, 1 or 2 generations back. During the war, I'd imagine.
1940s Germany? That would be Miriam Kurz, my ex-husband's mother.
So she's not related to you in any way?
God, I hope not. I'd hate to find out my ex-husband is also my brother.
Well, if it was Miriam Kurz, then we hit a home run. You tapped into someone else's bloodline entirely.
Should we celebrate?
We'll listen first.
Surrogate Initiative, Test Session 23, July 29th, 1980. Host, Eileen Bach. DNA sample SB1970.
It's a little garbled at first. This is you settling into the memory.
Your name, say it.
My name is Miriam Kurz.
Louder.
My name is Miriam Kurz, and I am Navajo.
Where did you last see the artifact? Who holds it now?
I'll say nothing. I've told you all I will.
I don't believe that is true. Who has the artifact?
Hitler's dictates make us small, and are bound in chains. But one day again, we shall walk tall. No binds will us restrain.
Enough!
For hard our fists, yes, and the knives at our wrists for you to be free. Navajos lay siege.
Knock her away.
Navajos lay siege.
And that's where we pull you out.
Whoa. What would it take to get a visual render of all that?
months, unfortunately. It took 13 hours just to process the audio. Visual takes much longer.
But Vidic is able to record audio and visual in real time. How does he do it?
His subjects are exploring their own genetic memories. That requires much less processing power.
Hold on, sorry. Eileen here.
Hello. You have 10 o'clock in Lillian's office. It's 10:13 now.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry. Tell her I'll be right there. And tell her we have some good news.
No problem.
You in trouble?
The monthly progress report. I'm trying to be honest about our progress, but no matter how much I polish our facts, Warren Vidic swoops in, promising the moon for pennies, and gets 10 times the funding for his Animus project.
Well, we are using his Animus technology. He's the foundation. We are the skyscraper.
Which is why he should be a tech lead, not a project director. Good work, Satish.
It's incredible footage, really. Clear and vivid. And the subject was synced for a full 62 minutes. Came out speaking French after his last session. Passably fluent. And with full recall of everything he'd gone through.
Sorry I'm late. I was reviewing some data.
It's fine. Warren was just telling me about his first subject, Mr.
No names. Call him Subject 1. Confidentiality.
And how about you, Eileen? What's your good news?
Well, we did it. We synced with an unembedded memory outside the bloodline. That's a first.
Really?
Satish was able to process the audio today. A short clip. You can hear it for yourself.
Only audio? No real-time memory feeds like Vidic has?
Well, that's the difficulty with surrogate genetic memory data. Because I'm viewing memories not embedded in my own DNA, we can't rely on my cognitive faculties to help me process the signal. All we can do is record the raw data and transliterate it later.
Hold on. You're running this experiment on yourself?
I am. It's going well.
I don't like the sound of that.
Look, the sample I'm using, the DNA comes from my own son. It's safer this way.
Ah, good thinking.
50% of my son's DNA is also mine, which reduces the danger by a huge margin. Meaning, I can now explore the memories of people who aren't directly related to me on his father's side.
But for brief periods of time, I imagine.
Right. Just a minute or two so far, but we're getting there. Come by the lab and listen for yourself.
I will, when I have a moment. Unfortunately, work beckons. Ladies?
That man is colder than a San Francisco summer.
Stay focused, Eileen. You both have important work to do.
Obviously. But my work requires his Animus technology. I feel a little caged in.
That's collaboration, Eileen. It's how science works. I shouldn't have to remind you.
I know. I'm just tired. Stop by and see us today. We have a lot to share.
If not today, then this week sometime.
Thank you.
Pierre ha dato le dimissioni stamattina. Le nuove misure di sicurezza sono pazzesche.
Non può andarsene. È scritto nel contratto. Per via delle misure di sicurezza devono prima sottoporlo a un controllo esteso. Ci vogliono mesi.
Davvero? Non lo sapevo.
Le note in piccolo, amica. Lavorare per l'Abstergo offre vantaggi, ma anche svantaggi. E sono grossi. Perché ci sono tutti questi avvisi sulla sicurezza?
È un messaggio standard per certe occasioni, niente di anomalo. Ci sono stati problemi in ufficio di recente.
Tipo violazione dei server. Queste norme sembrano parecchio serie. Direi draconiane, ecco.
No, non c'è niente di strano, davvero. Vieni con me, ti spiego.
Bonjour.
Ehi, grazie per tutti quei dati sulla balena bianca. Adesso l'ho rintracciata anch'io. Di niente, amico. È grandiosa, vero? Sì, l'ho trovata appena ho visto il tuo messaggio. L'ho seguita un po', ma non l'ho raggiunta.
Sì. È stato ucciso. Diversi colpi in pieno petto. No, non ci saranno problemi. Abbiamo recuperato moltissimi dati. Lo sapremo presto. Va bene. Va bene, ti mando i risultati il prima possibile. Ok. Se riguarda Olivier... Cazzo. Dio, sono spaventata. Sì. Giusto. Grazie, Letizia. Ciao.
Sarebbe? La delle...
Surrogate Initiative, Test Session 32, January 11th, 1981. Host Eileen Bach, DNA sample SB1970.
Miriam? Miriam, is that you? Are you in here?
Bartle!
Oh, thank God you're safe. You've been worried sick.
Bartle, how did they find you? Oh, Jesus, what would they do to you?
Has they hurt you at all?
I told them nothing. All they do every day is ask about you and that artifact. But I didn't tell them anything. Nothing.
I know you didn't, Miriam. But how are you? You aren't hurt?
Not badly, no. I'm fine.
Good. We need to get the message out to Oscar. Somehow. We need to tell him where...
Very interesting footage, Eileen. This is Germany, you said. World War II?
Most of the memories I've been able to access come from a period where Miriam was imprisoned by Nazis in Cologne.
Miriam. Is she still alive?
No, she was my ex-husband's mother. She passed away about 5 years ago.
Well, she was spirited. An impressive lady.
Definitely.
And the man, Bartle. He made reference to an artifact. Any idea what that is?
My team is looking into that, but it's not our first priority. We still need...
It is now.
Really?
You must have other recordings of this woman. Are there any other mentions of this artifact I should know about?
Half a dozen or so, yes. What's this about?
You have questions, I understand that. I don't have answers for you. Not right now, but I do have money. And if you get me those recordings and bring me any other artifact references you find, then I will triple your operating budget for as long as I can.
Triple my budget? My God, what is this?
9 a.m. Monday morning, my office. We have a lot to discuss.
But Lillian, I don't...
Have a good weekend, Mrs. Bach. Fantastic work.
Hello, this is Carl.
Hi, it's Eileen.
Hey, how are you?
Good. Busy. Cold. The winter's been terrible.
Seamus won't like that. The weather's been mild out here.
Well, he's only coming for a month. He'll live. And I'll be so busy he won't have to worry about his mother bothering him.
Still working 12-hour days.
I should move a bed into my lab.
Look, if you're too busy, Seamus can stay with me.
No, I want to see him. We'll have fun.
You're not too busy to be a mom and a genius.
Of course not.
His flight lands at 8:15 p.m. tomorrow night. You'll be there?
Of course. 8:15.
p.m. Let him know you'll be there.
Thanks, Carl. I need to run. I'm sorry. Take care.
You too.
Eileen. Didn't see you come in.
I'm not interrupting?
No, it's fine. The subject is unconscious. He's traipsing around 18th century New Orleans right now, in the memories of a woman.
That must feel odd. How long has he been under?
83 minutes.
Whoa.
It's average. What can I do for you?
I just wanted to thank you for sending Lillian to see me. She came away very impressed.
There. You see, all these bureaucrats need is a little glimpse of our secrets every so often. They like to feel like they're still in charge.
Lillian is most definitely in charge. She just tripled my budget.
Tripled? Christ, Eileen. You must have discovered who killed Kennedy.
Well, she heard something on one of my tapes that interested her. Something about an artifact. Very vague, but it was enough.
An artifact? What sort of artifact? Jesus, get him out of there! Get him out!
Oh my God.
It'll kill him! He's not decoupled! He's having a fucking seizure! Power down! Now!
Heart rate 170!
Power down! Now! Eileen, Warren here. I was all ready to apologize for the late call, but you seem to be away. Maybe with your son. Listen. Since the unfortunate incident with Subject 1, there's been a lot of dire talk around the office about my Animus project. About shutting it down. About it being unsafe. Typical top brass bullshit. And if they shut me down, then your surrogate initiative goes away too. I'm sure you're already well aware of that. Well, let me be the first to reassure you. This will not happen. I will not let them take this from me. From us. I will not let one death of an undiagnosed epileptic, I should add. I will not let this destroy the decades of incredible research done by our predecessors. And the 5 years I've spent perfecting the Animus. There's still more work to be done. And countless rewards to be reaped. So I wanted you to be the first to know. I have decided to volunteer myself as my second subject. I am convinced that the Animus is perfectly safe, provided I stay within the boundaries of my own ancestral bloodline. Next week I plan to prove this by staying a full 4 hours in the Animus. I would be grateful if you and your team would monitor my progress. And after this necessary but ridiculous proof of concept, I give you my word that I will work closely with you to solve your outstanding problems. Your surrogate initiative is a bold idea, and I do believe it is the future of the Animus project. But while we have the Animus itself, I do not want to waste precious opportunities to prove its safety. I'll see you in the office on Monday. Goodbye.
Le nostre prime ricerche su Radonageddon si sono concentrate sul periodo dell'adolescenza fino ai 30 anni. Ma i ricercatori non sono rimasti particolarmente colpiti dai suoi modi pacati e dagli occasionali scoppi di folle violenza. Non ci sembrava un personaggio adatto a essere selezionato. Così ci siamo spostati sulla sua prima infanzia, pensando che l'America precoloniale potesse risultare più interessante. Come vedete, c'è un fascino ingenuo nell'innocenza di questo ragazzino. Purtroppo i nostri ricercatori hanno scoperto che la storia di questo giovane è anch'essa troppo problematica. Innanzitutto la preponderanza della cultura Mohawk non lascia spazio per raccontare le vere origini dell'America. E in secondo luogo, la lingua Mohawk presenta evidenti problemi per gran parte del pubblico. Pertanto riteniamo che sebbene i primi anni di Radonageddon possano interessare un pubblico più colto, è improbabile che abbiano successo su vasta scala. Sono troppo strani, insomma, per l'utente medio. Il nostro team suggerisce di scartare questo progetto. I primi rapporti indicavano Ezio Auditore come candidato ideale per i futuri progetti dell'Abstergo. Il suo carisma, il suo magnetismo e il suo umorismo facevano di lui un leader. Tuttavia, la sua corruzione da parte degli assassini lo ha privato di tali qualità, facendolo scivolare sempre più in una spirale di vendetta. Spesso Ezio dà prova di accettare passivamente il male. È un uomo decisamente contraddittorio, che predica la libertà di pensiero ma che viaggia per fare proselitismo in nome di un credo corrotto, come si può vedere qui con questa impressionabile giovane cinese di appena 20 anni. Notate come in lui, nei suoi gesti e nei suoi modi, ci sia ancora l'istinto del libertino. L'intera personalità di Ezio si regge sulla pura demagogia. Dice che la sua filosofia è l'amore, mentre violenza e coercizione sono il primo modo con cui affronta i problemi. Pertanto siamo giunti alla conclusione che Ezio Auditore da Firenze è un personaggio rischioso da usare.
Surrogate Initiative, Test Session 27, October 21st, 1980. Host Eileen Bach, DNA sample SB1970.
Miriam, my dear girl, there is no good reason for you to be here. But your intransigence requires that I detain you until you give me information I can act upon. The location of the artifact, perhaps, or the whereabouts of your leader, Bartel Shing. Just a little something to give Minister Goebbels some encouragement that we are on the right track.
How about a nice hug? He looks so sad in all his photographs.
Yes, he does, doesn't he? Perhaps you could pay him a visit yourself. He likes beautiful women, actresses, musicians.
Pirates?
That's right, pirates. Pirates of the Edelweiss. Isn't that what you kids call yourselves? It's very amusing. And illegal, of course.
Breaking Hitler's laws is half the fun.
Oh, I imagine so. I imagine you were having a wonderful time just before we captured you on your insurgent friends.
And that's the end of it.
Damn it. Why can't we sustain the signal for more than just a few minutes? I need to relax.
That's not the issue. This is dangerous work. These memories aren't in your bloodline. That's why it's not holding.
There's got to be a solution.
Any idea what they mean by the artifact? I've heard it a few times now.
Not sure. I don't think Miriam knew either. Not much comes into her mind when she asks about it.
But she's protecting the other members of her group, the Edelweiss Pirates or something?
Yeah. Bartel Schink. Have we looked him up?
No, we can.
We should. Put your intern on it.
Right. High priority.
Yeah. This isn't getting any easier. Jesus.
Hello?
Hi, Seamus. It's Mom.
Hey.
How are you?
Dad! It's Mom!
Hello, Eileen.
Hi, Carl. How's Seamus?
Great. We were out shopping for school clothes.
Yeah. The summer just sped by.
They all do.
I never seem to notice. No windows in the office.
Right. Trapped in the lab. So, did you need to talk?
Yes, sorry. I was curious about your mother, actually.
Oh. Okay.
How much did she talk about the war when you were growing up?
Not often. Bits and pieces. Why?
I was doing some research last week about World War II, and something came up about the Edelweiss Pirates, or the Navajos, and your mother's name popped up.
Really? That's an odd coincidence.
Does any of that ring a bell?
Yeah. Mom ran with that group while the war was on. There were a group of kids who wanted to avoid the Hitler Youth programs, but in later years they escalated their activities to, bigger ideas like vandalism and sabotage.
But why Navajos and pirates?
Just some of the names they used. Navajos, Edelweiss Pirates, you know kids. There were little pins, little white flowers. I may still have hers.
That's interesting.
And this is for work? Researching my mother?
Not exactly, but... Sorry, I can't talk about it.
Right. You never could.
Hey, don't. I didn't mean to be flippant.
No. Don't mind me. All for the greater good.
I like to think so.
Power down. You all right?
Damn it! 5 months of this bullshit! We're floundering.
Take it easy, Eileen. You're just stressed.
I am not stressed. I'm frustrated. I'd like to go again this afternoon.
No. There is no reason to rush this.
We're hardly rushing. We're running into the same wall over and over again. Why can't we push through? Why can't you keep me in the Animus longer than 2 minutes?
Because surrogate genetic memory data is fragile. The EEG is exploding and your brain is doing too much work. The longer you stay in, the more damage it does. It's even possible that...
Possible that...
It's possible the memories we're digging into could eventually overwrite your own. Like information on a tape drive. There's just not enough space in your head to do both.
Here I come to save the day! Good afternoon, all.
Did you invite him?
No.
But you did. Remember?
That was months ago, Warren. What do you need?
I wanted to stop by. check on your progress.
Well, apparently it's still too dangerous to keep me under for more than a few minutes.
I always suspected that would be your biggest hurdle. The genetic memory sequencing is the easy part, if time-consuming. But the replay, that's something else.
Yes?
Let's think this through. My subjects are diving into their own genetic memories, so the information is already encoded in their heads.
Which means the Animus has less work to do. Less computing, less parsing.
Right. So to get your surrogate data working, to let people experience foreign memories, it'll take a hell of a lot more processing power than anyone has. Even Abstergo Industries.
Ideally, we'd like to build an external processor that mirrors as many brain functions as possible. Something to handle the calculations.
But the cost and upkeep of that would be
astronomical. Let me see what I can do. I have some sway with Lillian. We won't build Rome in a day, but if we focus on the pretty buildings first, maybe we'll achieve something.
Thank you, Warren.
Till next, folks.
Surrogate Initiative, Test Session 37, August 9th, 1981. Host, Eileen Bach, DNA sample SB1970.
Open! Good morning, Miss Kurtz. You look well, considering the circumstances. Are you rested? Have you eaten? Your friends are dead, Miriam. Bartel Schink and all his navios, his Edelweiss pirates, executed for 5 counts of murder.
Without a trial. You must be proud.
There was no need! They were scum! All of them! You hear me? All of you are scum! Scum! Scum!
I see it so clearly now. He didn't break, did they? You have nothing.
Quiet, girl!
You don't have the artifact. If you did, you wouldn't be talking to me at all. Never use lazy.
I said
never use lazy. Never use lazy.
Quiet!
Never use.
Get her out! Get her out! We're losing her! Shut it down! Everything!
Eileen, open your eyes. Can you hear me? Eileen! Eileen!
Power's off! Get the position in here! Step aside, son!
Eileen, talk to me. Can you open your eyes?
Clear!
Oh, God.
No response!
All right. Notes towards a speech in honor of Dr. Eileen Bach's premature retirement. When I first learned of Dr. Bach's unfortunate accident, I couldn't help but feel a great sense of loss at... No. Dr. Eileen Bach has and always will be a friend and colleague. When I first learned of her unfortunate accident, I was shocked, of course. To see any friend injured in such a way is deeply upsetting. And to further learn that her injuries were severe enough to force a premature conclusion to her brilliant career, well, I would not wish that fate on anyone. But if there is any solace to be found in her accident, it may be this: that she was injured in service of her research, in service of work that she cherished most dearly. And it is thanks to her, it is due to her diligence, that some of the mysteries of genetic memory have been further illuminated. And while it is true that work on her project, the Surrogate Initiative, as she called it, has been temporarily halted, the copious amount of work she has done over the past 3 years has been incredibly valuable. So while her work has been suspended for the time being, her legacy will most certainly live on. Quiet, Joan! Quiet!
We are attempting to synchronize the DDS system. This will only take a moment. We are almost there. The DDS is now in sync. Thank you for your patience. We hope you enjoy your experience. Rudolf II invited many notable figures to his court, making Prague the center of European culture. Among them were Englishman Edward Kelly and his stepdaughter, Elizabeth Jane Weston. Observe her and report any alleged collusion.
February 12, 1981. Qualitative personal interview with Subject 1 on ancestral research regarding Avelin de Grand Prix. How are you feeling? Any side effects?
Not really. Aside from the headaches. They've been worse since I started staying in longer. But I don't want to stop. I like her. I want to know what she does next.
What's it like? Reliving her memories.
So different. The animus, I mean. The past. At first it was confusing. Distracting. Like New Orleans, the stench. I wasn't expecting all the smells.
Smell is the sense most directly linked to memory.
When I'm in her memories, it's like I can smell more than I usually can.
In general, women have a more acute sense of smell than men do. I had wondered how that would translate. Anything else?
Yeah. She's smaller than me, but it's like her body could do more.
Did that surprise you?
At first, yeah. The ERA people might hate me for this or whatever, but I don't usually think of girls that way. Climbing things. My mom, my sisters. The animal feeling of Aveline sinking her hidden blade into the throat of...
Go on.
It doesn't feel feminine. What I think of as feminine. But then at the same time it does. Her center of gravity is way lower. That was a surprise. How easy it is to land. How steady I am on her feet. Sorry. This is hard to talk about.
No, it's fascinating. This is what we need. Pure experience, in your own words.
Okay. Can you tell me about Gerald Blunk? What about him?
He and Evelyn were close, but we haven't been able to ascertain if he might be your missing ancestor. Do her memories suggest anything to you? Does this make you uncomfortable? Remember, these are her memories. You're just playing them back. It's not even acting. You're a researcher.
Like you say, I haven't experienced her consummating anything. That would be... Anyway, I think maybe she was confused.
Oh.
Well, first of all, I don't really know for sure, okay? I mean, guys think about sex more than girls, right? That's a fact.
As a researcher, what did you observe?
Does it mean she's more like a guy if she thinks about... Is that why she's able to assassinate? Well, okay, here's the thing. I don't know her thoughts, but from what's in her memories, physically, the fidgeting, some hesitation, what she looked at, who she looked away from, the things she didn't say when I expected her to. If I had to guess what it meant, I would think she was thinking about sex. But I'm a guy, so I would think that, right? So what does it mean for women to act that way? It has to mean something else, right?
As a subject, you're able to observe more finely than I am in review. What about unwanted attention from men?
Well, I thought that would be the hardest thing to deal with. I'm not into that, for the record. Not at all.
Yes, I know.
But the way she dealt with it, it happens so often. It's like you stop noticing everything she does to avoid it. Crossing the street, eyes in the back of her head. She knew how to handle herself. When she was charming, felt kind of similar to killing. Or the build-up to killing. Can we take a break, Mr. Vidic?
Of course. We're ready to go on?
Yes.
Evelyn was black.
And white. On her father's side.
You're sensitive to that?
I guess. I mean, I'm white. Evelyn looks black, so that's different. But you get used to it. Like with the girl thing. Until someone makes you not used to it.
What do you mean?
I don't think I've ever had to think so much about what I'm wearing or how I'm walking. But Evelyn, it's like she goes through her whole life in these uniforms.
People expect her to behave in a certain way.
Definitely. Sometimes I worry I'll slip up and play too relaxed at the warehouse and, I don't know, blow her cover.
You can't blow her cover.
I know. I'm just replaying the memories. I can't change them, I know. But I see it, right? It's a risk. It's...
stressful?
Yes. It's best when she goes out as an assassin. On the roofs or in the bayou. I think she was more relaxed that way. Can you imagine? You're only relaxed when you're going to kill someone.
Let's stick to memories rather than imagination. What about the slaves?
They're kind of just... everywhere. I mean, that sounds bad. Slavery is bad, but no one's acting like slavery's bad. It's fun when she frees slaves. Is it supposed to be fun?
We're not looking for supposed to. Focus on what it is.
breve, papà. Solo un paio di cose che voglio dirti se dovesse andare male. Se oggi non raggiungerò il tempio. Ho cercato di essere ottimista finora, ma stavolta non ci riesco. Forse tutto quel tempo speso nei ricordi di Connor mi ha reso ansioso. La sua storia è così dolorosa, così forte. Eppure non perdeva la speranza anche quando gli altri lo deludevano. Continuo a ripetermi che faccio la cosa giusta, che posso fermare il disastro. Lo so che la tecnologia è là, in attesa di essere utilizzata. Sono l'ultimo pezzo del puzzle. Qualcosa nei miei geni o nei miei ricordi è il codice che serve ad attivare tutto quanto. Per questo sono qui. Per questo mi hanno guidato qui. Solo che non so a che cosa dovrò rinunciare in cambio. La mia lucidità? La mia vita? È impossibile dirlo. So solo che la nostra lotta contro i Templari non finirà. Qualunque cosa contenga il Tempio non finirà. È l'ennesimo capitolo di questa storia infinita. Ora toccherà a te e alla mamma e a Sean e Rebecca continuare a scriverla. Sai una cosa? Penso spesso a una frase detta da Orson Welles. Qualcosa tipo che se vuoi un lieto fine devi fermare la trama al punto giusto. Forse è questa la risposta. Forse è così che le persone vanno avanti. Se qualcosa lì dentro andasse male, papà, se dovesse accadere qualcosa a me, quando racconterai la mia storia in futuro, ti prego, devi dire a tutti che ho perso la strada, ma che poi l'ho ritrovata. Appena in tempo per salvare il mondo. E poi non aggiungere altro. Voglio che chi l'ascolterà sorrida. Addio, papà. Salutami la mamma. Dille che le voglio bene, ok? Dille che voglio bene a entrambi. Vi voglio tanto bene.
Quindi, è andato tutto bene?